What up YouTube, this your boy Download back for another industry topic. First let's talk about R. Kelly. R. Kelly is about to be releasing a book called The Solar Coaster, in which is supposed to be a tell-all biographical book, in which he's going to go from the very beginning where he could barely read and write, basically illiterate, and then how he was homeless on the streets of California, and then his rise to success, and then the statutory rape charge and everything that came along there, then the whole fallout from the Jay-Z Best of Both Worlds tour. Now this book is supposed to be dropping on June the 28th, which is pretty cool. I mean, I support it as long as he's telling the complete honest truth, because let's be real, he can't be arrested for it no more. And then you gotta know that this was absolutely planned as well, because he got an album dropping on the 28th, in which that's how it's supposed to be. For all rappers, anything that you do, it has to lead into the next thing. So he wrote a book that's leading into his album to hopefully sell more. And it's genius. But anyway, since we're talking about books and talking about Best of Both Worlds, Jay-Z's book, Decoded, is actually about to get sued. Like, Jay-Z is one of those dudes that gets sued all the time. So some guy named Patrick White, who got his laptop stolen back in 2009, he picked up the book at about 2011, and he read it and he said that it's very similar to the stuff that he was writing back then and filed suit in California. He said the expressions, the colors, and the phrases strictly correlates to what he was writing, and this don't make no damn sense. Like, how are you going to try to sue a man over some colors? And then he's not giving an exact way that Jay-Z actually got his project in his hands, but yet he's suing Jay-Z and all the co-writers. Like, you have to actually have this in order for this to be a success. That's why I feel as if it's really not going to go down that way and it's going to get squashed really quickly, but you never know with the legal system. But anyway, moving on to Maybach Music Group. They decided to go ahead and stream the full album that they're dropping in a couple days now. And I'm actually going to put the link in the description. And this is real interesting because this has been done before a few times lately. Like Big Crit streamed his entire album for only 1 day. Chamillionaire streamed his entire album off of Dat Piff. And this seems to be an industry trend that everyone else is following. I really like it though, because this shows you exactly if you like the album, whether you want to buy it or not, so you don't have to go down the illegal routes to do it, because I'm going to check it out before I buy the album anyway. Now, but I am interested to see what you guys are going to do. Like, I want to see if you guys like the album, will you go out and buy it, or will you straight up bootleg it anyway? But the way that they streamed this album is basically they put the whole album together as one big hour-long track and put it on YouTube with bookmarks to go from track to track to track, which pretty ingenious. But yet it makes it difficult to actually listen to it, especially if you don't have a top-of-the-line computer, because it really just stops and reloads like in between tracks, and it gets real annoying. But lastly, Iggy Azalea was signed to Grand Hustle and had a joint venture deal with Interscope. Now, what this basically meant was Interscope was going to do all of the work. Like, they were going to do the promotion, the manufacturing, the distribution, all of that, while Grand Hustle was basically making sure the album was going to get done well. And in classic Dr. Dre fashion, he went on ahead and dropped Iggy Azalea before she even had a chance to do anything. And as you all should know, this happens all the time. But for all you Iggy fans, there's no worry, because just because she got dropped from Interscope doesn't mean she's out the industry. T.I. basically picked up the slack and just put her down on Grand Hustle all the way, in which Grand Hustle is distributed and all of that by Atlantic. So she most likely is going to be going through Atlantic too, but probably getting less of a cut now. But this was another industry topic.